Well, a little different draft setup this year, the 2025 NHL Draft. We're at the draft party in Calgary. Director of Amateur Scouting, Tod Button's here, and your staff, as well as General Manager Craig Conroy. Got some staff in LA. We're at some picks in LA, and then obviously the draft room will be here in Calgary. So how does the decentralized draft change things, if anything, for your group?
They should have switched it. We should have been in LA, and those guys should have been
Yeah,
here.
that's right. The weather's nice down there, and it's nice here.
It's
right?
cool, because who doesn't love Calgary for hockey, right? It's
Yeah.
a hockey town. So it hasn't changed the way we prepare or anything like that. It's been the same process no matter where we are. We could put us in a cave, like I said the other day on the radio, like we do the same thing. So we're here, we're ready to go.
We're here and ready to go, and mere hours away from adding a couple of names, at least slated right now. 2 picks in the first round, and we've talked about this in years past. Obviously, it made 10 last year, which was great to add and big infusion of players into the organization. And you got 7 here going in this year. For you guys, how much excitement about having the first 2 tonight, and then just about what this draft class will look like?
Overall, really excited. Obviously, the more picks you have, we're always excited
Sure.
when there are more picks. The guys are more engaged. So excited about tonight, and then the rest. For the draft, I like to include all our scouts. I like all our scouts to have a say in what's going on. So I think when we get to the second day, I'm as excited for them to show us what they got and fight for their players, so to speak. So I'm excited about the draft, and I'm excited about tonight.
Well, and as Craig talked about yesterday, the meetings, obviously the list for the most part finalized, and a lot of discussion still over the next few hours here. But leading up to this day, I mean, what's it like when you got guys who are passionate about a player that they've seen a lot of? Whether it's in their region or just somebody they've really isolated.
It's good, because I think in the past few years they've proven their worth. We think we've had a bunch of good drafts, and that's due to them late and all the crossover stuff we do early. So when you have some success and it doesn't show sometimes for a few years, you're happy about that, and you want to give them the opportunity to do more.
Well, and for you, as you're standing there kind of in the room listening to it, I would imagine that's the things you want to hear. Those are the signs that you want to have guys that are passionate, right? I mean, that's the
100%,
discussion.
100%. You want people engaged all the time, right? You try and explain it like when we pick possible in the 4th round. Like, it's hard to keep guys engaged. It's hard to do your list because you're like, well, what if we move up? And they're like, 60 spots, right? So it is hard. So now you talked about tonight, they're excited. We know we got 2 picks. We know we're going to strategize, and Connie's doing his stuff on the side, and then whatever happens, we're not going to just sit there and wait for an 18th pick. We're going to watch how it unfolds and see what, with extra picks, you have more ammo to do something, right? Try and move up if there's a player that falls. So that's the exciting part. We're still going to be on our toes when this draft starts. We're not just waiting for 18.
When you have 2 picks in the first round, does that change some of that strategy as you're discussing things, and maybe who might be available at 18, and can you take more of a chance with 32 or things like that as you start to go through it?
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I think it just gives you the ammo to, like you said, take a chance.
Sure.
For us, we're not taking a chance. We're not we've already done the list. The list is there. We've got all our player evaluations done. But for sure, you want to try and get the highest ceiling guys you can get, right? And that might not jive with a public list or something like that, but that's how we feel. These guys have high ceilings. So again, it's not like it's a 10% chance at 32 that a guy pans out. We don't have any of those guys. But we're gonna, with 2 picks, like I said, you can manipulate the draft a little bit more. You can move up. You can move down. You can't. We're not going to be sitting there waiting. We're going to be on our toes.
I mean, we've discussed, and it's been discussed about the top names, and then as you move through the draft, as you're sitting there tonight, do you expect things to go in an unpredictable manner, just in terms of how teams view and then the list to go? Maybe there's some differences in lists around the league.
There's definitely differences.
Sure.
I don't. I think it's going to go early like we think it's going to go.
Yep.
And then I think around 12, 13, it's going to start getting varied. But every year we say, even when it's a different draft or whatever the case may be, when we say it's varied or there's going to be a variance, there's always a variance in the team's list.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, when you look, you got 26 of the first 32. It always works out that way. Not the same order. So that's why I said we got to be on our toes tonight, because if somebody we have in our top 12 starts falling or gets to 13, 14, we have to be ready. Or if somebody 5, 6, 7 starts falling, we got to be ready to do it. And we have the ammo to do it.
And I know you guys are ready. This room will fill up here quickly, and season ticket members, and we'll be off and running for round number 1.
Awesome.
Enjoy it.
I will. Thank you very much.